This is Peak Mastery, the Fight Game Epicenter. I am your host, Elvis. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to do this. It's going to be UFC Fight Night. Strickland versus Hermansson. Let's begin. Middleweight fight, top 10. Awesome. Let's do this. Here, you already know what Fight Night is. UFC Fight Night. It's to kind of fill that void for the next event that's coming up, and that next one, oh boy, that's going to be fun times ahead. But anyways, for 10 night, top 10 middleweights, it's going to be Strickland versus Hermansson. Strickland's been on a tear. He's been, 6-7 fights in a row, a win streak. And you have Hermansson, very credible, very strong, big boy, vet. He's been in this game for a while. He's by ranks just a point above Strickland. But, Fight Night, you know how it goes. We have a lot of rookies, a lot of up-and-comers. This is really the future for what's to come. So let's begin. This is going to be Erosa versus Peterson for the featherweight title. Both boys from Ultimate Fighter, and also they had a brief stint in Dana White's Contender Series. Fun fight. Two sluggers, two bangers. It was really, this is fireworks from the beginning. These boys weren't pulling any punches, unfortunately, for what it went to decision, just so we could get past that. For Peterson, the only thing that I felt like the reason why he lost is that first round. He was, being active, but it wasn't enough. Erosa was setting that pace. He was getting hit a lot more than I feel like he should have, and that point should have been deducted, should have been taken away. But in the fact of the judges perceived Peterson taking that W. But anyways, it was 3 rounds, credible fighters, solid guys, names. Who knows what's to come? It's irrelevant. Fun fight to begin the night. It's going to be in the middleweights, big boys. We have Tresean's Bryan battle, and these boys are really in a similar place in their careers right now, in their MMA and UFC careers. Bryan, he's currently undefeated, but we have Tresean with just 1 loss and around 8-1, the other 7-0. The point is, these are up-and-comers trying to make a name for themselves. Who doesn't love young guys before they even hit their primes? Who knows? We'll probably see them in the future again. It wasn't bad. It was fun. It went to decision. I felt like Tresean, he did enough counter damage to steal away that W. But it was Bryan who was being active. It went to 3 rounds. It had its moments. It wasn't too bad. So there you go. Bryan ends up taking the decision. He ends up becoming the Ultimate Fighter of the show too. He was awarded that from this win. So hats off to him. I wish him all the best in the future. Bout it's going to be for the light heavyweights. Sam Alvey and Brennan Allen. And both boys, big boys. I feel like they're a little too big for a light heavyweight, to be honest with you. They just look like soft, pudgy middleweights. But it was still exciting nonetheless. It was power being brought over by Allen. He was coming in and he just wanted to just damage and pain. And Alvey, he's slick. He's a slick guy. He knows how to take a beating and just kind of roll with it. But he got caught. The fight ended in the second round. That first one, he survived it. They went into the second, and Brandon just put him down. He got him in the corner, got him with some nasty hooks, put him down, went for that rear naked choke. The ref stepped in. The welterweights are big boys. We're talking 6-foot range, heavy hitters. We have Carlston Shavkat from Kazakhstan. Harris came in there to get that W. Undefeated Mr. Shavkat. He came in there and he wanted to keep that streak going. So he put Harris down. He, what a wicked knockdown with a spin kick. Pounced on him, ground and pound. The fight is over. Ref stepped in. Next up, the middleweights, and it's going to be Soriano. This guy to look out for. And Maximov, really a future in the making. Great guys. Soriano actually about to hit his peak. And we got Maximov, barely undefeated and barely scratching the surface as to his potential. Anyways, the fight starts. It was fun, but you got to see that Soriano, well-rounded, he held his own, and Maximov really just wanted to go for that takedown and just lay him out and fold him up and take that W with the submission of the night. This guy, by the way, trains with the Diaz brothers and whatnot, but it couldn't happen. Soriano, very tough, very durable. He was really strong. The punches were flowing on his end, and you know, Maximov trying and being durable and hanging in there and doing his best to counter those shots. But you could tell this man just wants to grapple and keep it in the ground. But Soriano ended up taking the L. For the main event, the middleweight bout, it's gonna be Sean Strickland versus Jack Hermansson. And these are great guys, really at the peak of their careers at the moment thus far. They're neck and neck as to where they are. I feel like Sean has the lead just because he's been in about 6-7 fight win streak. And Jack, you know, he's a vet, he's been here for a while. Big, strong guy. So went to decision, 5 hard rounds. It really, the first fight, the first round you really saw up until that last. It was all the same. Sean coming out, it was all counter on this guy. Jack doing his thing, you know, keeping busy, looking like he was just trying anything and everything, including throwing in the kitchen sink. But it came down to quality over quantity in this case, where Strickland again was landing the harder shots, doing more damage. It really wasn't a busy body, but busy enough to take that W. Good for him. Does he? And you know, Jack, who knows what happens now, but he's been on a bit of a tear. 3, 4, 5 fight win streak as well. It's still a fun fight. It's just a bump up for Mr. Strickland. Okay, so the fight night is over. It was fun. It was a little something to hold us over until the next fight. And the next fight is gonna be, I've been waiting for this for a long time. Robert Whittaker versus Adesanya Part 2. And that is something I've been waiting for a while. Both boys, ever since that first fight, they've gone separate ways. They've been both keeping so busy. There was no setbacks for either one, you know. Both of them having great wins thereafter. Adesanya defended. And we have Whittaker coming back. He wants that title. Anyways, enough about next week. I'm just really excited for it. But tonight, what happened tonight? Really nothing. It was just that bump for the next one. We had a couple of up-and-comers making names for themselves. That's great. We have Sean Strickland, middleweight. We got the middleweight pay-per-view next week. Hey, who knows? He's probably a fill-in, right? It's going to be Shavkat for that incredible destruction to Harris. I still can't get that guy out of my mind. He's really impressive. Truly a promising contender, future opponent. Really solid. Again, those Russian guys, those former Soviet Union countries, they just breed this fight game. And his other prelim, Chidi Nakuani, can't pronounce it, man. All these names are so difficult. But anyways, the point is, for the fight of the night, it went to Erosa versus Peterson. That was awesome. I did enjoy that very much. And that's it for the night. Fight night, UFC goes down in the record books. But stay tuned. I have more goodies coming to you. This is Peak Mastery. This is the Fight Game Epicenter. I am your host, Elvis. Thank you for tuning in.